Hey, what's going on everyone? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the very unique hand cannon, the Luna's Howl. It's finally available to get this week, and it's got some very interesting and great rule combinations for both Crucible and PVE. So that's what we're taking a look at today. We're going to go over some of the perks that this thing can get, what are the best perks that you should be going for, whether you're going for like a God in PvP or in PvE. And afterwards, we're going to have a mini review where I just kind of talk about the weapon, the positives, the negatives, and pretty much anything that I like or dislike about the weapon. But anyways, let's not waste any more time, let's get started. And like always, first, we gotta talk about how to actually get this weapon. So the easiest way to actually get this weapon to drop is going to be heading over to the Howl Champions. And in the same place that we've been picking up our weekly quests every week, there's going to be two new ones. One for the Luna's Howl and another one for the Blast Furnace, so you just make sure you pick up both of them. And now we're ready to go into the Onslaught or the Shiroshi checkpoint. After we finish the quest, we head back into the Howl Champions, talk to Shax, and get our prize. And this is the role that you're going to get whenever you turn in your quests. And after that, now we can head into the Onslaught and start getting those sweet random drops to drop. And now, let's talk about the perks. Today we're going to be starting off by looking at the trade perks. So we're going to take a look at the trade perks first, all of them, and then afterwards we're going to talk a little bit about the barrels and the magazines, since those usually take a little bit shorter time. But let's get into it, and let's start with perk number 1. So this is what we have for the first column. We have Heal Clip, Subsistence, Add a Storm, Slice Shot, Discord, Encore, and Enlighten Action. So let's start off with probably the best PvE perk, Heal Clip. Reloading shortly after dealing a final blow grants you and your allies cure. Heal Clip is going to be fantastic, gives you a ton of health in both PvP and PvE. It's just a fantastic perk for staying alive and also for helping your teammates stay alive. So I would definitely recommend Heal Clip. Next though, we have Subsistence. Defeating targets partially reloads the magazine from reserves, and you get about 10% of the magazine back with each kill. I see some potential. It could make it so you can extend your magazine so you can maybe get an extra kill for Magnificent Howl, but I just don't think it's gonna be able to do enough as some of the other perks, so I wouldn't really recommend Subsistence. Next up, we have Eye of the Storm. This weapon becomes more accurate, and you get a boost to handling when your health is low. Eye of the Storm is going to be fantastic for PvP, to the point that sometimes it feels like you're even cheating with the amount of accuracy you get when you get low. So I would say that this is probably going to be like a top contender for Crucible. It's either going to be this or the next perk that's coming up for Crucible. And speaking about that next perk, we have Slice Shot. The sliding partially reloads this weapon's magazine, and you get a temporary boost to range and stability. This one is really good because of two different reasons. One of them is that you reload some of the magazine whenever you slide, and also because of that extra range and stability. The thing about the range and the stability though is that it will only be for the first shot, so you don't get to keep that buff after the first shot. Only that first shot will have the extra stability and range, but it's still a fantastic perk that I can definitely see myself using on the Lunas. Especially pairing it up with Magnificent Howl, I can definitely see the potential with this. The next perk we have is Discord. Final blows with another weapon grant this weapon increased speed for aiming down sights, accuracy, and airborne effectiveness for a short period of time. And when Discord is active, final blows refund ammo. And this is just not going to be that good. Discord's just not really like the best perk on primary weapons, since they already have unlimited ammo. Discord can be pretty good on specials, but I just don't see it on primary weapons being that useful, so I would just say to skip Discord on this one. Next up, we have Encore. Final blows grant stacking stability, range, and accuracy bonus to this weapon. Final precision blows grant more stacks. And since getting precision blows with this weapon is going to be pretty easy thanks to its frame, I would say that Encore could definitely be like a perk that you want to consider for Crucible. That extra stability and range is no joke. You get quite a bit each time you get a kill. So after every kill, the weapon's going to feel better with the extra range, the extra stability. The only thing about it is that it does require a kill. So you don't just get that for free for like sliding or just getting low on health, but I still think that it has some potential with this weapon, considering the ease of use of this handgun. And the final perk that we have on this weapon is Enlighten Action. Dealing damage improves reload speed and handling, and I just don't think it's that useful on this weapon. There's much better perks on this slot, so because of that, I would say that you should skip out on Enlighten Action. The extra reload and handling do make the weapon feel a little better, but I just don't think it can stack up to the other perks. So on this column for PVE, I definitely think that you should go for Heal Clip. It's gonna give you some insane survivability, and there's nothing else in this column that really stands out. Now for Crucible, it's a different story. The main ones I wanna recommend are either gonna be either Storm or Slice Shot. I think both of these have some really good potential on this weapon, and the best part about them is that they're perks that can pretty much be activated every fight. All it takes is either getting low on health with either Storm or Sliding, which is like something that I really do a lot in Crucible, and I'm sure a lot of you guys also do a lot in Crucible. So they're two very easy to proc perks that just kind of make our weapon feel better by giving us more range, more accuracy, or more stability. So these two perks I think will be fantastic in the Luna Sao and will just make it feel better. So those are the two perks that I would recommend for Crucible. And now let's move on to the second perk. So this is what we have on the second column: Magnificent Howl, Incandescent, Desperate Measures, Kill Clip, Precision Instrument, Opening Shot, and Harmony. And my god, we have so many damage increasing perks, it is insane. And let's start off with the one that you guys probably have been waiting for, the Magnificent Howl perk. The number of precision final blows before reloading affects the total rounds granted, with increased range and damage. Precision final blows with Magnificent Howl active extend the effect for additional rounds. So when you completely rework this perk, it is completely different than what it used to be. Now you gotta get some precision kills, reload, and then it grants you Magnificent Howl rounds on the number of kills. So let's say that you get 2 kills, you can reload and get 2 Magnificent Howl rounds that will have that extra damage and extra range on them. And the extra damage is no joke, because it's a 50% damage increase, which is insane because very few things are 50% damage increases in Crucible, but I understand it because it does require some kills, and yes, you can do that with the Magnificent Howl rounds if you have 2 of them. With only 1 Magnificent Howl round, you won't be able to like 2-shot somebody, but you still have an easier time reaching the optimal TTK. It is pretty nice and makes a very easy to use weapon even more forgiving, which is gonna make the Luna definitely scary and just a menace in 6v6. So Magnificent Howl is definitely a perk you want to keep your eyes on, because this thing is gonna be a menace. Being able to give you those 2 taps and just a ridiculously easy optimal time to kill will make it a top tier perk, I think. The next perk that we have is Desperate Measures. Weapon final blows grant bonus damage, and melee and grenade final blows grant a larger damage bonus. Desperate Measures is gonna give you an increased damage, meaning that you won't have to hit as many headshots to reach the optimal time to kill. And that's pretty much what's gonna be the trend from now on. A lot of perks let you have an easier time reaching the optimal time to kill, but nothing can get you those 2 taps unless it's Magnificent Howl. Next though, we have Kill Clip. Reloading after a kill grants increased damage, and that increased damage will once again let you reach the optimal TTK easier, but you still have to shoot somebody 3 times. So use a couple less headshots, but pretty much the same as Desperate Measures. Next up, we have Precision Instrument. Dealing sustained damage increases precision damage. And if you're looking for a consistency perk, then this pretty much is going to be it. 2 things that are really good about Precision Instrument is that it makes the weapon more consistent with that extra damage, allowing you to hit people a little bit farther away and, you know, still get that 3 tap. And also, it doesn't require a kill. So all you gotta do is hit somebody in the body or in the head, and you're gonna be building up Precision Instrument. And that's what's really great about it. That is just something that's always on, so you're always able to take advantage of it pretty much every fight. It is not the most impactful perk, but it can definitely add to the consistency of the weapon. So if you're looking for a consistent weapon, then, you know, Precision Instrument is something that you may want to look at. Next up, we have Opening Shot. Improve accuracy and range on the opening shot of the attack. I think opening shot is just gonna be okay on this hand cannon. Not bad, but not great, just okay. And then the final perk that we have in this column is gonna be Harmony. Final blows with other weapons improve this weapon's damage for a short duration. And with Harmony, it pretty much does the same thing as with Desperate Measures and Kill Clip. It just makes it easier to reach that optimal time to kill. And the final perk in this column, which I save for last, is Incandescent. Incandescent's gonna give us a bit more AoE damage whenever we get a kill. It spreads Scorch, and it works fantastic with your solar builds. So Incandescent, it's pretty much gonna be the best PvE perk that you can get on this slot. Nothing I think is gonna be as good as Incandescent. So the best PvE perk on this column is without a doubt Incandescent. Incandescent Heal Clip is probably gonna be the play for PvE. I can already see it. As soon as I saw that this weapon can get both of those, this thing is gonna be popular. Not only with solar builds, but pretty much just that weapon in general. I think it's gonna be a very popular PvE weapon, especially on solar builds. And for Crucible, my top two picks are definitely Magnificent Howl for those 2 taps, and Precision Instrument if you're just looking for a very consistent hand cannon that's a menace. I think those 2 will be the best Crucible perks and the ones that you're gonna be seeing more often. And I feel like I still gotta give a shout out to Opening Shot, because it's still a fantastic perk on hand cannons, even if it's not the best on this hand cannon. Now before we move on to my go-to god rolls, let's talk a little about the barrel and the magazine. So the barrel, you could go with anything in PvE, you really need a certain barrel for PvE. So if you're gonna be using this hand cannon for PvE, then you don't really have to worry about the barrel. Now for Crucible, I would say that you should go for full bore for the 15 range. This weapon doesn't have a lot of range at base, so you definitely are trying to increase that range as much as you can. So full bore or hammer forged rifling are gonna be the play. I would definitely lean more towards full bore to get the most range that we can. Now for the magazine, for Crucible, you definitely want to go for ricochet rounds or high cow. Ricochet rounds gives you +5 range and 10 stability, pretty good. And high cow gives you +5 range, but you also get that extra flinch built in with high caliber rounds. And for PvE, I would definitely recommend a pendant mag, since it gives you a +2 to your magazine, meaning that you just get a couple extra bullets in your mag. So a pendant mag will be pretty nice. Especially since one of the downsides of the Lunas is a very small magazine size, so you definitely want to increase that. So now this would be my go-to god rolls. For PvE, I would go small bore, pendant mag, heal clip, and incandescent. Heal clip incandescent is just a fantastic combo. It is going to be really good in PvE. But call me crazy, but I could definitely see some potential for Magnificent Howl in PvE as well. But I don't think it's going to be as good as Incandescent. Incandescent is such a strong perk that I'll be crazy to not put it in my PvE god roll. Now for my Crucible god roll, this would be it right here. Full bore, ricochet rounds, plus Eye of the Storm, and Magnificent Howl. This thing is going to feel amazing. And it gives us those beautiful 2 taps. So those are the best rolls that I believe you can get on the Lunas, and the ones that you should be looking for if you're looking for a god roll. But now let's move on to the review section of the video and have our mini review. So let's get started. So the very first thing that I want to talk about with the Lunas Howl is just the ease of use of this weapon. This weapon is unique because it's a 140 precision frame hand cannon, so you have the recoil of a 180, but with the rate of fire, damage, and range of a 140. So you have like the best of both worlds, and it makes this weapon definitely just a lot easier to use, a lot more accessible, especially if you don't like hand cannons. I would say give the Lunas Howl a try. I also really like the perks that I decided to give the Lunas. I just really like that it can be both a PvP and a PvE weapon, and I think that's just gonna make it be one of the most used hand cannons in the game. I really like it, so I'm definitely gonna be using it and looking for those god rolls. The one complaint I definitely have about the Lunas Howl is that it ended up being the Lunas Not Forgotten. But that's just because I like the Not Forgotten model over the Lunas Howl one. I feel that it's a lot more unique, and I just think it looks better. But I got a sneaky suspicion that maybe next season we'll be seeing the Not Forgotten in the competitive playlist. Don't ask me why I know that. I just kinda have a feeling that it'll be in there. But the Lunas Howl is definitely a fantastic weapon that I recommend for both PvP and PvE. And I definitely think that you should go out of your way and get a good one. You're not gonna be disappointed with this thing. This thing is gonna be good. And with that, we're gonna end today's video. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about the Luna's Howl? What is the god that you're gonna be going for? Or maybe you already got if you're watching this video a couple days afterwards. Leave those in the comments below. As always, I appreciate everyone stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next video. We're gonna be making a video on the pulse rifle nets, so don't miss out on that. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.